أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. سبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض، وله الملك في السماوات والأرض، يحيي ويميت، وهو على كل شيء قدير. هو الأول والآخر والظاهر والباطن، وهو بكل شيء عليم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو، عالم الغيب والشهادة، هو الرحمن الرحيم. هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو، الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن، السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر. سبحان الله عما يشركون. هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور، له الأسماء الحسنى، يسبح له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض، وهو العزيز الحكيم. وتبارك اسم ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. ومن أجل ذلك أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده المصطفى، اللهم صل على محمد وآله، ورسوله المنتجب، أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله ولو كره المشركون. وأشهد أن الساعة آتية لا ريب فيها، وأن الله يبعث من في القبور وإليه النشور. My dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imam Al-Kazim alayhi salam, in some of his words and commandments, gives us guidance in respect to having a very neutral or opportunistic or habitual and uncritical approval based on the things that may surround us outside, or what the people practice, or what political positions exist out there. He says in one well-known hadith from Tuhaf al-Aqul an al-Rasul, where he says, alayhi salam, when Fadl ibn Yunus asked him some advice and guidance, he responded to him, أبلغ خيرا, convey good, وقل خيرا, and say good, ولا تكن إمعة, and do not be one who is habitually uncritical in approving things and ideas that are around them. The hadith continues where Yunus, so Fadl ibn Yunus, asked him, what is al-imma'a? What is one of these people, an imma'a? This is a term used in Arabic that is made up of two words, ana ma'ak. It means I am with you. It says, Imam alayhi salam responded and said, قال لا تقل أنا مع الناس وأنا كواحد من الناس. He goes, do not say that I am one of the people and I am like one of the people, or I am with the people. Here, what this word al-imma'a means is that you have individuals within society, or to be an individual, that just tries to keep neutrality in regards to what is going around them. He just is trying to ensure that he does not have any conflicts in any way, shape or form with those that are around him. May he be surrounded with batil, falsehood, or may he be surrounded with haqq. When he is with the people of haqq, he will say, and his haqq is prevalent amongst the societies around him, he will just accept it based on the basis that this is the easiest option to uphold and to stay neutral amongst the people. But likewise, whenever he goes and he's surrounded in an environment where falsehood is spread, he will say, I am with these ideas because this is what the mainstream opinion is upholding. And this is what Imam Al-Kazim alayhi salam is exhorting us, or exhorting those that are followers of him to keep away from. So this hadith addresses people who face this life and struggles with a very negative manner. They have no backbone, like I said, no principle that they are, a principle of truth that they are validating against. They just want to stay neutral to keep themselves in a very comfortable position. They don't want any thoughts that they may have, any conclusions that they may have reached independently through their reason, through their contemplation, through their research, or through what they observe around them. Because it gives them any hardship, they don't want any thought or conclusion or any truth that they are aware of to hold them responsible towards it, or they want to keep themselves comfortable. But this is what this word al-imma'a means, saying I am with everyone regardless. I just want to stay comfortable and stay neutral. I have no opinion. You'll find that they're prevalent. I mean, here probably in the West, they'll say to you, don't give advice, or just stay neutral, or just appreciate people individually, regardless if they're on falsehood or in truth. There is a capacity for this, but when you've got obviously oppression taking place, or incorrect thinking taking place, Islam places a responsibility upon the mu'min to undertake spreading goodness, and to say only goodness, and that also under goodness is to call people towards goodness. If you see incorrect thinking, that is not goodness. To correct that thinking and to uphold the positions of truth, that is part of spreading goodness. It is not only to keep those around us that are happy, or to keep in comfort, be in a comfortable position. No, Islam wants us to be responsible and be responsible for any thought that is correct thought, and because Islam is not just abstract concepts that is there in the mind. The human being given the position of being the Khalifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the earth. And people may try and restrict this to Adam alayhi salam, but us, the sons of Adam alayhi salam, also are the khulafa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon the earth, if we uphold whatever has been revealed to us. It is our responsibility to spread goodness and to take away any fasad or any corruption that may be prevalent upon the earth, may that be in thought, ideologies, philosophies, oppression that may be taking place. It is down to the human being to be responsible for what he sees to be the truth, or what is known to be the truth, and not to shy away from this responsibility. So you'll find that these individuals that are called al-imma'a, they'll be habitually, it's not just something that they will do on an odd occasion. They'll habitually just agree with everyone, because they just want to, move away from any difficult situation that may be undertaken. They may see someone being oppressed by a huge group of people. They'll say, I'm with the huge group of people, although this oppression is taking place. They won't take any position. There may be countries being attacked, and it may be very politically sensitive in countries that the Muslims may be living in, to be able to speak out. But let's not confuse being neutral in this degree with doing taqiyya, or someone who is doing taqiyya believes in something and in secret will be taking action towards the truth. But outwardly, he is protecting, how can I say, he's keeping things secure and acting sensibly and sensitively, given political circumstances. But these individuals are just looking not for the truth. They're not even striving for the truth in secret. No. They are just making sure that their comfort is maintained. And this is the way that they're going about in life. Here, the hadith then it continues. It says, convey good. So when he says convey good, it says in all its directions, in all its arenas. Good, maybe it be in thought, maybe it be in charity, maybe it be in taking leadership positions, in guiding others. May that be in advertising and propagating. And in all ways, shapes, or form, good khair is there in many ways. So it's not only restricted to a very narrow scope in just saying good words or being diplomatic and so on. No, to be able to correct corruption is also good. And that is also part of the struggle. And sometimes upholding good is a struggle. And to be able to manifest and realize good within societies, or within our societies, is also under the title of good. Inshallah, we'll continue in our second khutbah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wal-Asr, inna al-insana lafi khusr. Illa alladhina amanu wa amilu as-salihat. Wa tawasaw bil-haqqi wa tawasaw bil-sabr. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين وعلى أصحابه المنتجبين وعلى جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين عباد الله أوصيكم وأوصي نفسي بتقوى الله والورع عن محارمه. My dear brothers and sisters, I enjoin you and enjoin myself to uphold God-wariness and God-consciousness, and uphold the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to keep away from all evil and from all acts of His disapproval. For under the taqwa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the moral characteristic and the virtue of the soul that will automatically guide us towards seeking other virtues in our character, and to spread goodness within our society. For when we are God-wary, we are connecting ourselves with our origin and our Creator, and only from Him emanates all goodness. So when we were God-wary and God-conscious, we become a flow from the Almighty, translated down to the societies that we live in, and we become the connection between the heavens and the earth. Now, to continue what we were saying in our first khutbah, in Imam Sadiq alayhi salam talks about those that do not uphold any responsibility towards the societies that they are staying in, or keeping silent, and when they know the truth, or not speaking up, or not taking any action, or not even disapproving within their hearts. What is the aqall al-iman that has been told, to disapprove within your heart, if you're not able to do anything, physically or with your tongue. Disapproval with your heart is the minimum of iman and faith that is expected from us. It's to disapprove of things that are affecting society, is part of faith. For Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says, "Man lam yahtam bi umur al-muslimin falaysa min musliman." He who does not, care and is wary of the matters that are affecting, the Muslim societies, and this spreads to all human societies. He is not a Muslim. He says, "Falaysa bi Muslim." He goes out the qualification of Islam. When someone is an imma and neutral and just approves regardless of haqq and batil, just to keep oneself comfortable. And he does not want to be engaged in politics, doesn't want to be engaged in calling towards others, and doesn't need to be even outside the scope of society, but even within his own family. Some people are teaching their own families, or don't get involved, just ignore it, just go work on yourself, and don't bother yourself with thinking about the matters of others. This is not what Islam has taught us. We need to inculcate even within ourselves and within those that we can influence around us, to be able to care for others. For a lot of our ibadat, you'll find are in connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they're mustahab to do them collectively as believers, and you'll find that the reward for man helping each other and helping humanity at large is very, very much encouraged in Islam. And you'll find that in our festivities, when we ever give zakat on Eid, it is there to be able to think of others, not only of our completing our individual fasts. So another hadith states, "As-sakitu an al-haqq shaytanun akhras." Because he who is silent about the truth is a mute devil, which has been also narrated by the Imams of the ahlulbayt alayhim as-salam. We need to uphold this whenever we see falsehood, or sometimes we find that we may live somewhere where a favor is put upon us by governments that may be oppressing people in other lands. But we need to take the stand that Musa alayhi salam took to Fir'aun alayhi salam. Fir'aun said to him, "Did we not rear you as a child amongst us?" When Musa alayhi salam came forward, "Did we not rear you as a child amongst us? And did you not stay with us for years of your life? Then you committed the deed of yours, and you were ungrateful." What did Musa alayhi salam respond to him? He goes, "Yes." He goes, "But this favor that you are trying to make me owe you for is irrelevant. And abbatta bani Israel, that you have enslaved the children of Israel. So regardless of any favor that you have put upon myself, or any benefit that you put upon myself, this is Prophet Musa alayhi salam's stance. Regardless of the comforts I may have and continue to have if I don't take this stance, and regardless what favors were put upon me through yourself, ذلك نعمة تمنها علي أن عبدت بني إسرائيل. Because this surely is a favor that you placed upon me, regardless of you oppressing and enslaving Bani Israel. This is the stance of the Muslim. And Musa alayhi salam, compared to himself, he was very poor compared to standing up to Pharaoh, who was claiming himself Ana Rabbukum al-A'la. He was standing against one of the biggest oppressors of the time, probably the greatest oppressor of his time, whoever made himself Lord and gave himself a degree of divinity upon all people, and enslaved and oppressed people. And this is the strength that Islam should give to us. That when we come to even very intense crossroads, and those who are around us start having doubts, we have to come down like Musa alayhi salam. We say, "Kalla, inna ma'iya Rabbi sayahdeen." Who surely Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with me and certainly will guide us. Yes, it is not comfortable, but if comfort was what was for the benefit of us, it would have been the thing that would have been guided towards. Stay comfortable, but it's not. To be able to spread truth requires sacrifice, and any comforts that we may have now may be only temporary. And one of the best of things that to strive for is to have struggle for a certain period of time for eternal comfort and happiness. May it be for the benefit of the societies that we live amongst during our lives, or may it be for the comforts that we are promised after death. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us successful, inshallah, in being able to uphold the truth and being able to speak up and to be able to be people that are that have strong wills to be able to stand up and defend what we are convicted to be of the truth, regardless of any struggles that we may face. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله الطاهرين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك ونبيك وصفيك وخيرتك من خلقك وحافظ سرك ومبلغ رسالاتك. اللهم صل على علي أمير المؤمنين وأخي رسول الله رب العالمين، عبدك ووليك وأخي رسولك وحجتك على خلقك وآيتك الكبرى والنبأ العظيم. وصل على الصديقة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدتي نساء العالمين، وصل على سبطي الرحمة وإمامي الهدى الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة، وصل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي عليهم الصلاة والسلام. اللهم صل على مولانا صاحب الزمان. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم عجل فرجه وسهل مخرجه. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات. تابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات، إنك قريب مجيب الدعوات، إنك ماحي السيئات، إنك قابل التوبات، إنك عليم في الباقيات الصالحات. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي، يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما.